There I was, peering through my viewfinder as Mdogo. Swahili for small, though quite literally the biggest lion I had ever seen walk towards me. My camera trembling in my hand, synchronized with each trembling step that he took. And in that moment, I realized that the camera I held in my hand was my power. Good morning. My name is Seyan Hirani. I'm 19 years old, while a photographer and storyteller and a firm believer in the Japanese idea of kitsukasaru, which is making people aware, and through that awareness, making them care. I picked up my first camera 8 years ago and saw the world in a completely new light. There was an instant connection, as if the camera had always been waiting for me. And soon, we became inseparable. Lions and leopards became familiar faces. Misty mornings became secret solaces, and a dusty car filled with snacks became home over the weekends. But that day with Mdogo changed everything. My camera went into overdrive, as did my mind. And in the brief moments that him and I locked eyes through my lens, I understood that awareness in itself is one of the strongest forms of protection that there is. And that the camera I held in my trembling hands wasn't just for seeing, but for showing the world what's truly at stake. And over time, I learned that conservation isn't just the work of rangers and scientists on the front lines. It needs every single one of us. We live in an age where tools for storytelling fit in our pockets. We live in an age where most of us have hundreds upon thousands of social media followers, all eagerly awaiting our next post. And now that is true power. And when we use that power for purpose, to tell meaningful stories, we can change things. We can help shape a better future for us and our wild neighbors. Then I discovered Lion Lights, the ingenious brainchild of Richard Torere. Lion Lights are flashing lights that keep predators away from homesteads at night, keeping both humans and animals safe. So I began selling prints of my work and using the proceeds to install these lights in homesteads that border the Nairobi National Park, which by now had become my second home. And just a few years later, 2 of my images were selected to be part of Print for Wildlife, which is a global campaign that supports conservation organizations across the world. And the images couldn't have been more different. One, a memorable moment of connection between a mother leopard and her daughter. The other, a forest on fire, a warning that our planet is under pressure, and this time, it's not a drill. So pick up your phone, wipe the dust off your dad's old camera, and start shooting and sharing. Because even just one picture that we take every week, that we share with our friends, our family, or our Instagram followers, is our reminder to the world that beauty is indeed worth protecting. That beauty is indeed worth protecting. And our way of playing our part in safeguarding what we love. So these are the first chapters in a book I began writing 8 years ago. But they're only the beginning of what's truly possible through this incredible language of light. So, if pixels are our letters and photographs are our words, then our portfolios are the chapters that make up the book that tell the story of our collective destiny. So let's write that story together and make it one worth keeping. Thank you very much.